Namaskar. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. These four are fixed signs, as I said before. Today I will discuss what are the differences between these four signs according to fiery, earthy, airy, and water type. Before starting the discussion, I would like to say thank you very much to all of you who have subscribed to my channel. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to the channel and keep up to date with each of my videos by clicking on the bell icon next to it and listen to important discussion on astrology and spirituality. And to learn astrology, get the membership of the channel by clicking on the join button of the channel. There will be special benefits for the members. If there is any difficulty in understanding something, the members can contact me through comments or live chat, and I will try my best to remove all the difficulties of the members. You can check out the benefits by clicking on the join button. Coming to the discussion, first, Taurus. The steadfastness of Taurus is absolutely unwavering. It is as immovable as a mountain. In our Puranas, Shiva is imagined as a place or fixed, and the vehicle or Bahana of Shiva seems to be Taurus, with sign is an ox, imagined from the immobility. Taurus is completely conservative. His own way is the only truth. No one can disturb him from that. He will be crushed by a strong push, but he will not leave his path. Once he has accepted it as his own, he is not willing to give up. Arguments, evidence are all useless to him. A Taurus person is completely self-sufficient. He does not acknowledge the existence of anything other than his own sense. He is reluctant to violate his rights so much. He realizes what he deserves. For no reason does he want to belittle himself. He has a strong personality expression, the importance of which overwhelms people. Absolute lack of speed in Taurus. But he is remarkable in importance and seriousness within his own boundaries. He cannot be removed from his boundaries, even with 1,000 pushes. Therefore, on the one hand, such patience, endurance, strength to resist external shocks are manifested in him. On the other hand, if he is not hit by external shocks, interior laziness, comfort, and love, a full expression of tamosikata can be seen in him as well. All in all, Taurus deal with own actions, own enjoyment, own thoughts. Taurus indicates coolness, sensuality, angry, hardworking, hearts, slow but stubborn. Taurus is a fixed and earthly sign. Lord is Venus. Taurus is characterized by full of self-reliance, vitality, leadership, moral qualities, seriousness, childless or masculine woman, grace or dress modesty, cosmetic work, patience, self-control, tolerance, etc. I have discussed in detail in the video on medical astrology which organ is judged from which sign according to the anatomy of the zodiac circle. I request you to watch the video by clicking on the I button above to know more about it. Next, Leo. The stability of Leo is like a flameless lamp. He can spread if he wants, but he can't. There is a sense of self absorption in him. Stubbornness, orthodoxy, and selfishness are very evident in the stability of Taurus, but it is not in Leo. Taurus is reluctant to keep in touch with anything outside of its boundaries, pushing back when anything outside comes to him. But the stability of Leo does not hurt the other, but he makes the objects around him radiant. Leo is stunned by what he has felt, what he has realized, but he does not have as much difficulty as Taurus. Taurus is as hard as stone. All its stability depends on its external shape. But the stability of Leo is the stability of inner feelings. Taurus has the power to organize, but it has the power to make lifeless dolls. Only Leo has the ability to create life. Taurus builds idols of wood, straw, and soil. But the devotee who brings God down to earth with the concentration and steadfast faith and breathes life into the idol has its roots in the Leo only. Leo, like Taurus, does not leave his path easily, but he does not go to fight like Taurus. As all the stability of Leo is based on ideals or feelings, there is a lot of determination and self-confidence in him. The faults of Leo are the manifestation of dominance and elegance. A pride of excellence can be noticed in him. He wants to attract everyone around him, but he is not attracted by anyone. He remains single even after radiating light. Leo is fixed on one side and fire on other side. The Lord is sun. Although it is a sign of fire, it does not have the burning power of Aries. The character of Leo is determined, hardworking, greedy, angry, sensual, brave, traveling, less sociable, solemn appearance, dominance, regal, domainer, egoistic, but its personality attracts others, desiring to be above all things, overcoming all obstacles, glorious regalia, resisting, patience, strong, giving respect, to have a high opinion about himself, to impose his idea on others, to be wealthy, to prosper, to preserve, to establish own glory, to shelter others and protecting the asylum seekers, etc. These are the characteristics of Leo. Next, Scorpio. Scorpio is a fixed sign on one side and water sign on the other. Lord is Mars. The steady state of Scorpio can be compared to the water in a well or a pond. Scorpio is bound by certain limits and amounts. Its size is also controlled by that limit and quantity. As much as his quantity and as much as his limit, he cannot go beyond it. It is said that it is impossible for him to go beyond his limit in his own strength. That is why we see conservatism and extreme orthodoxy in Scorpio as well as Taurus. However, there is a little difference between them. Taurus is completely conservative, enduring 1,000 shocks from the outside, but he remains steadfast within himself, no matter how much he falls into the trap of opposition. He does not lose his uniqueness and personality. He breaks, yet he does not frame. But even though Scorpio wants to remain intact within himself, he can't stand the outside push too much. As soon as the push was a little strong, he became agitated. And then he is forced to change his mind and way. He then becomes the root of new surroundings and rejects the old. Noticing this sign of Scorpio, many have referred to it as an indicator of destruction and new creation. But in reality, Scorpio itself is overly conservative. He does not have the will to destroy or the power to create. If the outside push does not come, he exhausts himself in the same way, in the same place. Scorpio does not have as much tolerance as Taurus. The slightest opposition does not matter to Taurus. But Scorpio became upset and angry with a little. His ego and desire to hurt the opponent is very strong. His ego often manifests itself in vain pride. The manifestations of conservatism, orthodoxy, egoism, desire of dominance, ambition, and concentration are very much in Scorpio. The desire to see the end of a subject and the desire to unravel the mystery are also strongly expressed in Scorpio. First of all, I have said that the replica of Scorpio is the water in a well or a pond. It is better if it is deep and has its addition to the infinite water of the underground. Otherwise, stagnant water can become polluted and cause great calamity. The function of Scorpio is vague, long-bodied, full of tamagan, full of ego, crooked, torn, fault-breaking, spoiling, tormenting or being defeating someone, loss from enemy, bigotry, bad temper, angry feeling, dominance, etc. Scorpio is the negative field of Mars. That is, the evil of Mars is more visible in the sign. Scorpio people are disliked by others for such bad habits. But he does not flinch, stands up against them with a relentless heart. Now, telling about Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed on one side and air on other. The constant feeling of Aquarius is the steady feeling of air. It is not as unchanging as Taurus or Scorpio. Although its boundaries are fixed, it has status building. He is pervasive within his own boundaries. There are similarities between Leo and Aquarius in this regard. Like Leo, Aquarius also wants to spread around, but the self-absorbed feeling in Leo, that is, even if it is spread evenly around oneself, does not lose its uniqueness or personality. It is not in Aquarius. Aquarius completely immerses itself in its surroundings. Therefore, even if orthodoxy or arrogance is not manifested in Aquarius, there is an expression of deep affection and strong devotion towards its own way or path. Aquarius is full of faith and devotion just like Leo. The distinction in Leo is found, but Aquarius is very passionate about his work. That is why the predominance of devotion, faith, sincerity, etc. is so high in him. There is a similarity between Aquarius and Scorpio. Like Scorpio, he does not want to change his obsession. But even if it changes in an external conflict, then he completely merges himself with that change obsession. It is not possible to see that he was ever inspired in any other way. The main quality of Aquarius is this intimacy. No other sign has such a clear and strong expression of intimacy. The function of Aquarius is good manners, faith, and concentration in own work, feeling, covering, mediation, concealing, conservatism, selfishness, etc. There is a lot of dedication, confidence in his sign. The jug full of water on the shoulder of a man, the symbol of Aquarius, is especially significant. Without concentration, caution, and self-confidence, it is impossible to carry his water jug. If there is a lack of concentration, the water in the jug is likely to fall. Besides, his like and path are specific. His considerable affection for these two, Saturn's restraint, devotion, and slow moving are quite visible in the nature of Aquarius. A comparison of fixed zodiac signs shows that Taurus is completely opposed to change. He does not change his mind and path even in 1,000 obstacles. No matter where he is taken, his uniqueness is not lost. This kind of distinction is also found in Leo. But there is a slight difference. Taurus' uniqueness is fierce. It is always ready to hit each other. But Leo, even if he falls in another environment, wants to inspire him in his own way, not fight with him. Although Scorpio is usually opposed to change, if he is forced to change, he becomes the root of the new obsession. Aquarius cannot be called a change. When he lives in that obsession, he unknowingly mixes himself with it. He does not even remember that he had any other way of thinking before his current way of life. Among the fixed signs, Leo and Aquarius have some social qualities. Taurus and Scorpio are extremely unsocial. It is very important to understand how the character of fixed sign of the zodiac is different between one fixed sign and another fixed sign according to fiery, earthy, airy, and watery element. And watch the video again and again and listen to understand it very well. The function of all these signs must be well remembered. Then the placement of planet in that sign, the constellation in which the planet is seated, the planet who is aspecting the sign, the result has to be determined by adjusting the function of the zodiac sign with the function of those stars and planets. The link to the note in the form of a PDF on the subject of this video I have given to my community only for members. There is a script for everything I discussed in this video. I ended my discussion here today. I will discuss the 4 dual nature sign in next lesson. Please comment how my discussion was. Namaskar.